Şimdi sırada konuşmacımız da hazır. Konuşmalarını yapmak üzere. LogRhythm, Afrika, Türkiye ve Pakistan Bölge Satış Direktörü Essam Ahmed bizlerle birlikte. I would like to invite Mr. Essam Ahmed to the stage.
Welcome Essam Ahmed. Alkışlar, misafir ya.
Şöyle. Will you use?
Dikkat.
Günaydın and merhaba. That's the only two words that I'm going to be able to say in Turkish. So anyway, all right. So in 1996, a guy called Gary Kasparov, right, played against an AI called Deep Blue, right? And it was an IBM big mainframe sitting to only play a chess game. And guess what? Kasparov won in 1996. It was one of the things that AI started to be in. But in 1997, what happened? Kasparov lost to the AI. The analogy here, AI is here, right? Everybody's speaking about AI. And I think each and every presentation that you're going to get within security right now will have an AI portion on it. But the thing is that what does it do with security operation? And the analogy of the story that I said right now was because Kasparov did not look at the computer that is a really big machine that might win him, right? And the guys that were working on the AI started to advance and do more fine-tuning for the capabilities. And this is where he lost. So I come from Exabeam. I'm the regional director for Africa, Pakistan, and Turkey, and my name is Essam Ahmed. And I'm here to speak a little bit about what we're doing in AI and in SOC operation. And one of the things that you have to understand that one of the major things that I'm going to say today about Exabeam is the part of innovation. 75 security patents within AI only, right? And don't forget this number, 75 patents, right? So what's happening? I remember in the year 2000, malware was the attack, right? Antivirus was getting into the game. You had to deploy antivirus and some firewalls, and this is it. You are protected, but it's changing, right? Why? Because as you can see, the adversary and the bad guys are starting to do exploits and just getting into supply chain attack, and there's more advancement that happen, right? And the interesting thing that most of the attack are stolen username and password. If I ask you, how can you protect yourself from something like this? It's very hard, because it might be your administrator that was hijacked, the god of the computers in your network. Zero-day exploits are getting higher and higher each and every year. And you can see that most of the exploits are in 2020, 81 0 days? Wow, crazy. The thing is that everyone wants to brag, every vendor that actually detected a vulnerability will try to brag, so he wants to notify quickly Microsoft or any vendor and say that, okay, I found a 0-day vulnerability. You need to fix it on the first 48 hours, and I'm going to launch PR for that, because they want to brag. We detected a 0-day. Battleground has changed. Why? Because the perimeter is no longer a perimeter. There is people logging in from VPN. Your supply chain is trying to do things in your SAP. Your servers are scattered across multiple cloud instances around the world, right? So you need to start focusing on threat detection, incident response. So in AI and security operation, how can you go and help yourself to be able to get protected against what I'm speaking about the last slide. AI and machine learning is an umbrella, right? There's so many things, as you can see, like a zillion of AI machine learning. But the thing is that you have to look at, most of the vendor will focus on the green ones, right? And let me deep dive a little bit, where even Exabeam has been doing a better job. If you look at the machine learning part, right, which is we have been developing and fine-tuning for the past 10 years the model of machine learning in UEBA, for example, right? We are ahead by 10 years, right, on the detection of those malicious activity that user can do. A potential compromised user, I'm going to be able to know what he's been doing, the normal, and what is abnormal that this guy started to look at all the servers in the network one day. Something is wrong, right? In short, most of the vendor will look at that. There is so many applications, right? The other point, which is the potential applications, right? Most of the people will speak about generative AI, right? Everybody can be a security engineer. I have a generative, I'm going to ask the question, I'm going to do a script, I'm going to do everything that you can think of, right? But there is one point that you have to understand, that generative AI is one portion of help, but there is so more for that. And let me deep dive more, how can we prioritize and what can AI do for us in machine learning? Everybody, even my previous friend, was mentioning the part of visibility, detection, triage, investigation, and response, right? Every SOC workflow has this. Everybody is getting all the logs, getting a detection mechanism, either by correlation rule or rule within the SIM, do triage by the team to be able to know if it's really a problem or not, and then they escalate it as an investigation and do a response. So how long does this detection, triage, investigation take? Literally 12, 36, and 26. In combination is around 74% of the most time spent by all the analysts is within this portion, right? And this is what you need an AI for, what you need automation for. So I'm going to go a little bit more to compare a legacy system with what can AI do for you. So you have so many problems within the collection state, too many false positives, right? And I'm going to say cumbersome collection, which is, for example, a vendor has changed the way that they are doing the log source, so you have to do adjustment on the collection level, and it's a never-ending story, right? Because there is every version coming in by any firewall, right? And the next day, they need to change the way that you collect the data from. Too many false positives, right? No triage, no time for triage. All of that are problems that everybody that is using a legacy SIM have now. But imagine, the event occurs, you don't have to do any collection. You collect definitely, but I'm automatically be able to detect the log, parse it, make sure that it's valid for ingestion. And I do that from an integration and automation to a faster TDIR, and with a complete investigation, right? So imagine from most of the time spent, 74% has been automatically done for you, right? My closing thoughts are as follows. Start using AI, especially on the portion that I mentioned, right? Because your resource were drained. If you have 2 or 5 or 10, they're going to be drained. Because when there are 10, definitely there is a lot of users, a lot of analysts, or users, sorry. Keep human in the loop. Complexity is the name of security. You need integration. You need partnership. This is very important. And anticipate the future, because attacks are changing, never ending. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much,
Çok
Mr.
teşekkür ediyoruz.
Essam
Thank you so
Ahmed,
much.
for your kind contributions.